Well, guys, it's been a long couple weeks, but we finally have the opportunity to get some revenge on the Chargers for not only beating us 3 weeks ago, but for ending our 3-game winning streak as well. Now, even though it is only week 15, I think this might actually be one of the most important weeks of the season for us, because if we end up losing this week, we are totally out of the picture for the AFC West. And being 2 games back with 4 games to go, especially playing one against the team that is in first place right now, means that even if we would win out, they would still beat us on the tiebreaker. So we really need to come out swinging if we really want to have a chance at the AFC West title. Now, unfortunately, we are playing on a short week. So, yeah, it's been a while since we played on a Thursday night. And if I remember properly, yeah, we did not do great on Thursday night. So these short weeks are a little tough, but hopefully they'll actually have some issues too. I mean, we had a bye week a couple weeks ago. We just beat the Raiders. So hopefully we'll actually be pretty fresh out there. And since they have had a couple weeks in a row where they haven't had the bye week, hopefully they're going to be a little bit tired, and hopefully this short week is going to hurt them more than it hurts us. And if that is the case, then I know our defense is really going to be able to clamp down on them, and hopefully we can hold them to 2 touchdowns or less. But honestly, with the high-powered offense that they have, it's really going to be tough. And like I said before, they ended up ending our winning streak, but their winning streak is still going. 3 weeks ago when they beat us, they were on a big winning streak, and they've kept that going. So unfortunately, we're going to be in for a really tough matchup here. And I don't think we're going to insult our opponent again. You know, that always ends up kind of backfiring. So let's go out there. Let's be confident. We know we're a good team. I mean, we're 9-4 this season, and we played some really good games. And again, we have a really great defense. So I know that we're going to actually be able to go out there and put up a good fight. And being able to steal their momentum for these last couple games would actually be really nice. That'll allow us to be a little hot. We can end up winning our last couple games, and hopefully that'll set them back and have them lose a couple as well, and hopefully we can overtake them. Again, it's not necessarily likely that we're going to win the AFC West, but there is always a chance. However, again, that starts by stopping Justin Herbert here. Again, even though it's been a couple weeks, not much has changed. He's still having a really great season. 2,600 yards, 20 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions. He's doing absolutely fantastic. Eckler almost at 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. And then, of course, Keenan Allen with 776 and 8 touchdowns leading their receivers. I am so happy that he's actually on the Bears now, man. You have no idea. And, of course, Joshua Palmer, Gerald Everett, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler coming out of the backfield. So again, a lot of guys that we're going to have to keep an eye on. But again, I think we have the defense to do so, and hopefully on a short week, they're going to be tired from last week. But as scary as their offense is, this is actually what I'm worried about, because their defense is absolutely phenomenal, man. And Vita Vea, obviously we ended up trading him over to them for a higher draft pick. I think it was worth it in the end, but unfortunately, that allowed their defense to be absolutely elite. Obviously, they still have Khalil Mack, as well as Joey Bosa, as well as a ton of other guys that we have to worry about. And only 5 interceptions in their secondary, but again, with our quarterback, he's thrown, I think, 12 already this season, so we might add another one to this, but we just need to be smart. Now, defensively, even though I am afraid of the pass because Justin Herbert's having a great season, still a little worried about Austin Eckler, and it looks like they run a ton as well, so we definitely need to stop him, and I think we really do need to defend the inside run. And offensively, even though their run defense is insane, we've really done our best work by running to the outside, so I think we're going to do that, and if their blitz is really kind of overwhelming us, we might actually switch to that at halftime. So there's really not much else to say. I mean, we faced these guys 3 weeks ago, so we already know how good they are, who we need to look out for, and the fact that if we don't nut up in this game, we don't stand a chance at the AFC West title. So let's go out on Thursday and get this dub against the Chargers. Oh, and I love the fact that they're highlighting Donovan Sims here, man. 27 tackles, 5 INTs, and a touchdown. And that's not even counting the contribution on special teams. Dude's having a fantastic rookie campaign. And we're definitely going to need him here today, too, because like I said before, this is a must-win game if we want to have a chance at the AFC West. So let's have our defense come out and do their jobs. And I think that's going to start by stopping Austin Eckler, as it looks like they're going to run right up the middle with him as he gets to the outside. Come on, can we tackle him? Can't even get him down there. Let's get him down. Thank you. Finally. And after 26, we get him down past midfield. I literally just said he was going to be a problem, and then he continued to just get a huge gain on us. That's not even him this time. That is their backup Spiller, and he ends up picking up 4. Now, please don't tell me we're going to have to worry about both their backs. Okay, if they have to rely here, there we go. Finally got him down for a loss of 2 on that one. But I was going to say, if they end up having to rely on Herbert, maybe we can actually get control of this game. Let's disrupt him here. We're going to send 5. If it's going to be a quick pass, which it's not, get him out. There we go. Tackle him. Stop him for a 4th and 1. That was a close call, but thankfully we end up getting them down. I think we're getting the ball back. Or I'm sorry, instead of getting the ball back, it looks like they're going to be kicking a field goal. I totally forgot where they were at the field, But there we go. We do get the ball back because they just totally missed it wide left. And that is the kind of luck we needed. So let's push it to the right here and let's kind of work our ground game. Let's see if we can pick up some good yards. It's going to be difficult when we have to deal with Joey Bosa over there and we lose 2. So not great to see that we're not having the start that they had. But that's okay. That was only one play. That is a much better one. We get out there and we get ahead of them. We end up picking up 19. Actually, I think 21 on that one because we lost 2 earlier. And since we're going to be relying on the run game pretty much this whole game, I think we're going to have to swap between Mayberry and Sweat. So we're bringing Sweat back in. Let's see if he can power through the middle. He kind of does. He only gets 3, and unfortunately that is going to be a pretty bad injury to Zach Martin. Please don't. Thankfully, he ends up only going to the sideline, and that means we'll have him back soon. But for the time being, let's see what we can do to still pick up yards without him out there. Great seal on the outside, but he didn't quite hold on to Bosa. In other words, not a good seal on the outside. That's okay. We have it on the 34. I don't know if we're in field goal range, but let's see if we can push it up to a first down, or at least closer to field goal range. So let's see what we can do. We're going to have Jefferson wide open on the out there. That was a beautiful play. No one went with him. And we're down to the 12 after that 22-yard gain. So 1st and 10, we should be running the ball in all honesty, but we're actually going to go to the air on this one. And we're going to hit... Yes, we do hit Gary on the out right there as well. We pick up another 6. Frank's a perfect 2 for 2. Maybe we should stop throwing. Well, we are here on this one because we're going to be run to the outside. Mayberry gets there. Not only gets the first down, but gets a score as well, and we're going to be the first ones on the board. Mayberry gets in there for his first score of the game and is now going to be 7-0. And that's the thing the San Diego crowd wants to see. They've been missing football, and boy, we're going to show it to them right here. Let's go. They end up running it. Oh, we can't get off that block, but we do take him down before he gets a first. 2nd and 2. This is going to be a little tough. Let's see if we can get in the backfield and see if we can get a TFL here. It's going to be a little difficult when he gets the outside like that. He ends up kind of getting nudge blocked, but still at least breaks off of it and ends up tackling Eckler before he gets away for a touchdown. So I think we're going to have to switch to the outside run going forward because, man, they're killing us with that. Oh, man, what a catch by Keenan Allen. That is a first down. And that's not good. If they're getting some good yards on the rush and also doing pretty well through the air with Herbert, we're in for a rude awakening. They throws that out of the end zone, thankfully, though, and that is going to be a 2nd down now. But now that they are actually closer in field goal range now, we're going to have to find a way to break them out of there. And there we go, back to the 34. Max Crosby, 3rd and 20 now. So at this point, I'm actually okay with giving up a field goal. We just want to keep them away from a first down and from the end zone. Let's get into the backfield like that. And that was going to be a screen pass, and we make him throw it away. It is now going to be 4th and 20. Very nice. But they are going to have a shot at a field goal here. Sly missed from a little further, a little earlier in the game, but I think he's going to be able to be in range this time. Oh, and he just barely gets it in. Hits off the left upright, but banks right back in, and that is now going to be a 7-3 game. And that was just a few inches away from still being a 7-0 game. But let's see if we can push it downfield again. Let's get another score here. We have a shot. What a block by Gary on the outside. And we got another big gain from Mayberry. It's good to see that we picked it up in the run game since that first play. And now it is still 7-3. But we have the ball and we're working downfield. So fresh set of downs coming into the 2nd quarter here. Let's see what we can do to run back to the outside. I think we're going to cut it right back in. And unfortunately, he was right there to meet us in the middle. 2nd and 9. Let's pick up the first down right here. Oh no, that was a big mistake. Thank you very much. I know it says dropped, but I will take that ahead of the interception. That was not quite the right read. So let's go 3rd and 9. We're going to have to pick up a first down right here, obviously. And that's going to be thrown out of the sack at least, but it's going to be a 4th and 9. We're going to have to punt. And not a great showing from the offense after giving up the field goal, but that's okay. Let's have our defense get in here. Let's stop them. Way to get off that right there, and we tackle him for a loss of 3. Jalen Carter's been really good for this team too, man. I'm glad that he's kind of developed into an outside linebacker there. So let's see, 2nd and 12. Oh, that's going to be a short pass, and he ends up picking up 2 on that one, but at least it's going to be a 3rd and long now. And let's see if we can get him off the field again and get him to a 3 and out. Let's get our offense the ball back. Let's get back into the backfield. Ooh, we do not get a ton of pressure, but we do this time, and let's go. That is an injury, unfortunately, though, to Myles Garrett. Please do not go to the locker room. We cannot afford to lose you. That is unfortunately what's going to happen. Now we're going to be missing Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons. And those of you wondering about Micah, he's actually still dealing with an injury from a couple of weeks ago, but I think we will end up having him back next week. Just that it's a shame that we're missing him for this one, because this is a really important one. Oh, man. Unfortunately, he should have picked up more, but ran into his blocker. But still, not upset with a 3-yard gain. So we're going to run it right back up the middle here. Let's see if we can pick up more yards, because as long as we get close to the first here, we're going to be in a good place. No one's going to go up and block him. I thought Nixon was going to take up the middle. So we got a 3rd and short again. We need to find someone and pick up the first down. There he is. That's going to be Jefferson. I thought his animation was going to take him back behind the first down marker, but it doesn't. And now we do have a first. And truly, we're really not in a rush here. We want to make sure we're the ones with the ball last at half or before half. And that would be nice. But, hey, you know what? If we're going to get big gains like that, we're not going to turn them down. And that is another big injury. A lot of big names going down. And Vita Vea is going down and going to the locker room as well. So with that, that is a big loss to both our defenses. So we're kind of even a little bit. Wish neither of them got injured, but what can you do? But let's see if we can take advantage of that. Let's run up the middle. Let's see if we can get some pretty good yards with Sweat, because he can plow forward through people, and he picks up 4. We probably shouldn't go for a pass play right here, but I'm kind of going to. I don't know why. I just kind of feel like it for some reason. Instead, we're going to have Frank kind of go up the middle. He only gets 1 yard, but we'll take it, and it keeps the clock running. Sorry, I thought I saw something pre-snap, but I was completely wrong. So let's go for the screen over here. Let's see if we can just pick up the first. That is going to be the first and a little bit more. Just make sure you go down and hang on to the ball. And we're going to push that to the 2-minute warning. And after a little bit of a breather, we go back to work here. We got 2 minutes to see if we can actually get another score here, especially before half. Let's see if we can end up... Thank you, Mayberry, for actually breaking up the pass. Now, just to get the clock moving again, let's run it up the middle here. Let's see if we can catch him off with a draw. We kind of do, but I don't know where 64 is going. He's just sitting there. So it looks like we have him in man here. Honestly, we're going to go back to a screen pass. I don't really trust Forbes throwing the ball, especially in man. So let's see what we can do here. Thankfully, we get it out. Nice block. I think that's going to be another score. Or not. We actually hold on to it, but we're down to the 4. And even though it would have been nice to score right there, I'm okay with that because we keep working the clock. They don't get the ball back yet. And they're not going to, except for these last 35 seconds of the half. But I'm still happy because it is now going to be 14-3, potentially, going into half with us getting the ball back. I feel like we're in a really good spot. So we just need to hold their defense for 35 seconds. Keep them out of field goal range would be nice too, but thankfully we keep them in bounds. As long as we make them waste their timeouts and have them run a bit of clock, the less time they have to get into the end zone. Let's keep getting in here. They're going to continue to go with short passes, it seems, which in all honesty, I'm kind of okay with. They may get into field goal range, but again, no big plays. We can't give those up right here. And what a play right there. He ends up hanging on, and Max Houston breaks up the pass. Another rookie that has been great in our secondary. But let's go 2nd and 10. Let's stop him right here. Let's see if we can get him off the field and allow them to get no points. It's going to be tough when they take that under route. Come on, keep him in bounds. No, man, he is so difficult to get down. I was hoping we could make them waste their final timeout, but no such luck. Now we're going to have to make them do it right here. But again, no deep passes. Like that right there. That's unfortunate, but now they are in field goal range. And it looks like they're going to be calling a timeout. 8 seconds left. Are they really going to go for a field goal? So not the best clock management by them. And they're going to get another field goal before half, unfortunately, and that's going to push it to 14-6. So as we go into the locker room at half, what was a 2-possession game becomes a 1-possession game, as it is 14-6 in favor of us. But we do get the ball back right here, so let's have our offense go out. Hopefully get some kind of score and push it to a 2-score game. And to do that, I think we're going to continue to run to the outside, because when we do that, it always seems to end up working. And in terms of our defense, honestly, it's really tough, because when they throw the medium pass, they're doing well with it. But honestly, Eckler has been just an absolute monster. I don't know how we're going to end up stopping him, but I feel like if we defend the medium pass, I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. Regardless, they are going to be playing from behind, so they're going to need to get as many points as possible, and that is going to have to be in the air. I thought Sims could have gotten out there, but he still gets a pretty good return. What did I tell you guys, man? That dude is some magic sometimes. So let's push it to the outside here. Oh, man, that was really bad on our part, but Mayberry still gets out there, and we still pick up 7, even though we should have been taken down at the line. Thanks to the great return, we are actually close to midfield, so let's see if we can push it there with Sweat. We do. We ran into the defender, but I thought we could actually truck him. But that's all right. We get up to the 44 now. And with them losing Vea, that actually opened up the middle. So we might actually do that again, even though it's Mayberry. I know it's probably a little better with Sweat, but Mayberry still gets the job done. Goes forward, ends up picking up a couple more than what I was expecting. We're down to the 29. So if the run game is working, let's keep going back to it. We're going to go for a toss on this one. Oh, he did not get much acceleration. Now we end up losing 2. So let's see who can get open on this one. 2nd and 12. We're going to be throwing. Can we hit Jefferson? Really? I am surprised at that. I can't believe Samuel jumped that route. I thought we were going to have him, but no. He ends up intercepting it, and that is not good for us. Well, we got a little too cocky with Frank. He made a couple decent throws, but that one was not one of them. And now they're going to run it up the middle. Can we stop him, please? Thankfully we do, but not after a gain of 6. So we need to find a way to get him off the field here. Someone try to put your hands up for that. Defense not looking as strong as it did in the first half of the game, but still, that's just a couple plays. Let's get off the block there. Thankfully, we tackle Eckler for only 4. And the short passes and short runs are killing us. They keep getting some good yardage. Can we get out to him? Thank you very much. Way to converge on him. And now it's going to be 3rd and short. And if they're going in an empty back set, we're actually going to rush 5 right here. Let's make sure we get in there. We know they're going to be passing. He can't break that up. Come on, get to him. No, Eckler gets ahead and gets the first down. We stopped his animation, but not in enough time for us to get there and tackle him behind the first down marker. There we go. Way to get... How did you not tackle him on that? Eckler is a beast, and he picks up 8. So maybe that change in strategy was not a good idea. But either way, we're going to continue to roll with it. Let's get back here. They're going to run again. Oh my gosh. Tackle him. Thank you very much. Get him down. Worst part, that wasn't even Eckler on that. That was Spiller, who is still in the game right now. So let's see if we can get there and stop them for... Well, that was not a no gain. Oh, and Spiller goes down with an injury now, too. Oh, no, that's rough for them, man. There's a lot of injuries this game so far. It looks like he will be coming back soon, but that means that Eckler's back in the game. So we need to make sure that we find a way to stop him here. 1st and 10. Let's hold him to a field goal. Oh, man. Get him out of bounds. Thank you very much for stepping out right there. As momentum took him out, Mike Williams gets it down to the 1. So we can't lose our momentum here. We can't let them get in the end zone right here. Let's stop them. Yeah, they're going to toss to the outside. And we stop them. And now Eckler goes down with an injury. It's 3rd and 6 on the 7. And he is going to the locker room. That is a huge loss for them as well. And depending on how long that injury is going to be, that's going to be a big loss for them going forward. But let's see. Let's get him off the field here. Way to stop him. He ends up sacking him. It's now 4th and 9. And I think we're going to hold him to a field goal. So it really is a shame that there are a lot of guys coming off the field here. But we got to go out there. We got to take these last, I guess, 9 minutes really seriously. And let's make sure we hold on to this lead. So let's go Sweat right up the middle. Because I know he can just absolutely just barrel through everyone like that. And ends up picking up 10 for the first. And for what will probably be the last play of the 3rd quarter, we're going to run right back to the outside here. Let's see if we can pick up some pretty decent yards. Oh, that's going to be a hold. And since the clock kept running, we may as well bring it down to the end of the 3rd. So going into the 4th, we have a slim 5-point lead. So let's see if we can keep holding on to this ball, and let's hope we can get this win. So let's keep running to the outside. I know it's 1st and long, but let's see if we can do anything on the ground with this one. Great blocks. We get up there. Can we at least get to a 2nd and 10? We can't, but a 2nd and 14 will do it. I know we're going to have to pass it on 3rd down, but the run is just working so well right now. So let's see if we can keep it up. We can! That is going to be a 1st down. Why did I juke into him? I should have went to the outside. I didn't think he was going to get the block. But either way, we got the 1st down. We're keeping the ball. I'm happy. So they're all shifting to the left, so let's run to the right here. And we're going to give it to Sweat as well. We know he can power through a lot of guys, but doesn't have the finesse to get around that one. But I'm still loving the way that we're running this ball. And I know running the ball is a little boring. I get that. But again, this is a pivotal game for us. And we want to make sure that we end up getting the win as we get up to a 3rd and 1. So just to ensure that we end up picking up the 1st down here, we're going with the fullback up the middle. Let's make sure we get these yards. Ooh, that was a close one, but he ends up picking it up, and we got a fresh set of downs. It actually looked like contact was made in the backfield, so I'm glad that we actually got ahead for a bit of it. Let's go. Getting it down to almost 4.5 right here. Let's pick up the 1st. Ooh, what a shifty move. It only resulted in 2 yards, but that could have been a big loss. So as long as we control the clock, we're in control of this game. So let's run it. Let's snap it with 4 minutes to go. Mayberry ends up getting what I was hoping was going to be a first. He should have just kept running upfield. And if you think I'm going with anything besides the fullback run, you are out of your mind. Let's go 3rd and inches. Way to go, Nixon. Falls forward for 2. And with this fresh set of downs, we just keep working the clock. They're going to have to start using their timeouts probably after the 2-minute warning. So last play before the 2-minute warning, we're going to give it back to Sweat. He is currently in the zone. So let's see what he can do and see if he can put the hurting on some of these guys. He cannot. And we only get it up to a 3rd and 10. But because of the long yardage situation, we're going to have to throw. And honestly, because he's still in the zone, we're going to Sweat on the screen right here. Let's see if we can pick this up. Let's go. Good blocks. Get to the outside. That's going to be a first down. And they're going to have to start burning their timeouts now. And guys, I know that running is super boring, and I'm super sorry about that. Don't get me wrong, but this was such a pivotal game that we needed to find any way to try to pick up a win. And if that means that we need to just keep pounding the ball up the middle, that's what we're going to have to do. So I don't know if anyone's going to be free here, but let's see if we can find a way to get someone to either score here or at least get them for the first down. I think it's going to probably have to be Jefferson. Going to... Oh, wow. Keon White was right there, too. He probably could have put his hands up and grabbed it, but no. And I think that's actually going to have to be a field goal. Only because a field goal puts us up by 8, and they would need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to end up tying it and putting it into overtime. And the way that our defense has been playing, I think we can keep them out of the end zone. I don't know if we can keep them from potentially getting a field goal, but that ain't going to help them. So let's make sure that they don't end up working the ball 80 yards downfield in 1:36 with no timeouts. Our defense can do it. We're a damn good defense. And especially if they're going to go with short passes like that to the middle of the field, they're going to keep the clock running. So I think we're going to continue to stay in something like a prevent defense here. We got 1:20 left. Yep, still going with the short passes, and that is still not a first down. So 3rd and inches coming down to a minute left. They're going to go with another short. Ooh, they got the wheel route on that one. Come on, guys, take him down. I thought he was going to break off that one and actually get more, but thankfully not. 40 seconds left, man. This is actually really nerve-wracking, if I'm being honest with you. No, you can't let him get out like that. That's Mike Williams again. Come on, guys. We need to play better defense than this. They're only going to have a couple plays left. Get in the end zone, or get in the backfield and stop him. Thankfully, he ends up throwing it out there. Good coverage sack. Big play right here. We cannot choke. We know they're going in the air. We're sending 4 because we need to get some pressure. He cannot have as much time as he's had like that. And they're going to throw it out for one more play. So let's get it right here, man. If you guys knew what my heart rate was right now, you guys would be sending me to the doctor. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Lawrence gets in and finishes the game right there. I don't give a damn how excited I sounded right there and how much my voice cracked. I don't give a shit. We got a win here, and now we're back in the hunt for the AFC West. We end up taking down our rivals, and now it is going to be 1-1 on the season, which means that if we end in a tie, they are not going to get the automatic tiebreaker. God, I'm so pumped right now, man. Holy shit. My goodness, I didn't think we were going to win that game. I definitely had my doubts about that game. But again, the fact that our run game was working extremely well is definitely pivotal in us winning there. And if we look at the stats, I mean, our defense did great against Herbert. I mean, he still had a 68% completion percentage, which actually is pretty decent for him. But still, definitely not the kind of game that they were expecting him to have. Only 150 yards, no TDs, but no interceptions. Now, Frank, on the other hand, 6 for 11, 83 yards, 1 interception, but we didn't really need him today. It was all on the ground as Mayberry went for 20 for 118 and 2 touchdowns, broke 1 tackle, and actually had a 20-plus yard or 2. And not just that, but Sweat, 8 for 40. Once he got in the zone, he was impossible to take down. Nixon ended up picking up 3, and then Frank with 2 for 0. He ran up for 1, but then he ended up taking the knee at half, and that's why he kind of netted to 0. But for them, man, they should have leaned on Eckler a little bit more. 10 for 67. I know once he ended up getting injured, though, I mean, there wasn't really much that they could do. It's unfortunate for them, but again, they should have leaned on him a little bit sooner. Spiller actually did a pretty good job coming in and kind of replacing him. 3 for 36, got a couple of really good runs off, and then Justin Herbert snuck out for 7, and thankfully we stopped him before he got the first. Now, thankfully, we held their receivers, except for the fact that Mike Williams got free on a couple of those, which was a little scary at the end, don't get me wrong, but still, they spread it out pretty well. Everett ended up getting 3 for 15, Keenan 3 for 35, Mike Williams 3 for 55, Palmer 3 for 38, and then Eckler had 1 before he ended up getting injured as well. But man, that is spread pretty evenly. But as for us though, Mayberry 2 for 31 ended up getting free on a couple of those screen passes. Jefferson ended up picking up a good first down there, although he had a drop. Although I think he ended up knocking it out of the defender's hands, so we'll take that. 2 for 28. Gary only had 1 for 6, and Sweat had 1 for 18 on a screen. But in all honesty, again, it was our running game and the fact that we were able to control the clock that led us to the win. Now, the defense didn't look spectacular, but they definitely turned it on at the end there. I mean, we ended up with 6 TFLs, including 3 sacks. Aaron Donald, Max Crosby, and Lawrence at the end to really seal the game ended up getting us that win. Obviously, no INTs, even though the ball hit our defenders in the hands a couple times. And unfortunately, no forced fumbles either. But in all honesty, as long as we're coming out with the dub, I'm extremely happy with that. But we can all breathe a little bit easier now, knowing that we are 10-4, and we are actually primed to potentially take the AFC West. I mean, obviously, we need a couple things to go our way for the Chargers to lose this season, and also we need to have some really good games against the Chiefs, the Bengals, and I forget who we play in Week 18. But we're still in a good spot, and I think we have a good shot at a wild card as well. Now, looking at the cutscenes again, we were on a short week, which explains why both offenses weren't extremely incredible. But I'm still really proud of how we ended up playing, and we ended up holding them pretty well right there, especially for our defense, and that allows us to end up getting that plus 10 morale for each defensive player. And not just that, but we were the team to stop the Chargers' winning streak. And don't get me wrong, part of that is the fact that they ended up going down with an injury, and same with Eckler, but we had a lot of injuries too. All right, we weren't at full strength, so the fact that we were able to pick up this dub and end up stopping their streak is a really big deal and allows us to have more confidence that we're going to be able to come and take this division. And not just that, but everyone gets 2,500 XP. That's going to be really nice. So like I said, Week 16 is going to be a game against the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's actually going to be our last divisional battle of the season. Now, this one is going to be pretty tough, so we need to go out there and definitely bring our A game, especially since the Chiefs won last week as well, and they're only a game behind us. So if we beat them, not only do we have a chance to tie the Chargers at the top of the AFC West if they end up losing, but that's going to set us apart more from the Chiefs, and we're going to have a chance to actually clinch a playoff spot. Again, the last 2 weeks are going to be against the Bengals and also the Panthers. I know the Bengals are doing pretty well this season, and I think the Panthers might be a pretty tough game too, but in all honesty, I think we have a chance to end the season strong and get a pretty good spot and seed in the playoffs. So let's hope we can go out there and beat the Chiefs and show that we are going to be a really tough team to beat in the playoffs. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week against the Chiefs.